Hello all, greetings. This is Gilles. I wanted to come and wish you a good day. We are preparing for this wonderful solar flash. There is an eclipse that is coming with this new moon, a solar eclipse with this new moon in Cancer, and it is the solstice. And there will be many higher beings in the universe will utilize this time to send to each and every one of us different kind of gift and packages. So be ready to open those packages, to be ready to receive those gifts. And so we're here to be in a receptive mode as much as possible. We want to be calm. We want to be in an alpha state of consciousness. In essence, what we need to realize is that everything that we live in this physical world is being given through the breath. So an inspiration and an expiration for everything. It is the first thing we do when we enter into the physical body. We take our first breath, and it will be the last thing we do when we exit this matrix. It will be the last breath we take before we return into the light. So breath is very important, and breath is very precious. It is something very precious. All is given within this breath, and we have a lot of it. We've been given a lot of breath during a lifetime, no matter how short or even if it's a short or long lifetime. So when we have something precious and we have something precious in abundance, that makes us rich. And so we've been given this breath. The thing is, we most of us, because it is such a natural process, we do not need to think about the necessity to breathe just to breathe. It is with the heartbeat, is the two gifts that the universe gives us here, that is something natural. Yet we're doing all those shallow breaths because we're unconscious of a breath. So it's about being more conscious of our breath, to breathe in and out more consciously, to utilize the power of breath. Eventually we'll be able to intake this prana, this life force energy, the adamantine particle of light, to nourish all our bodies and to sustain us just by breathing. It was the way it was the way like this at the beginning, but we forgot how to do that. And yet so what we need is to empty out our lungs as much as possible, to be connected to this, because the carbon monoxide and dioxide are being stuck in the bottom of the lungs, and it is what creates stress. So what we need is to get accustomed to fuel ourselves from oxygen, which creates a positive energy for the body. And so it is for me, I've been a smoker for decades, so I feel like I came in with a handicap in this life, but nevertheless I'm being aware and conscious of my breath, and slowly but surely I'm cleansing this whole, my lungs, my breathing systems. And what we are not aware is that we are oxygen deficient in this planet because we cut too many trees, we pollute too much the ocean, and so this will end, and we will stop very soon as the planet finds its balance. But there are advanced extraterrestrials that have been authorized, and they've been sending for decades. They've been every so often. They're sending huge amounts of oxygen in the thermosphere, in the place where we live, in the place of the atmosphere, the lower atmosphere, so that they can compensate a little bit for this lack of oxygen, because we would need a little bit more oxygen to be fully happy. And there is another gas that they call xenon, that would be that's also a bit in deficiency. It's like an ecstatic gas that is naturally in the atmosphere, but we have been deprived a little bit of it. So if we had a bit of xenon, it would make us a lot more happy. For the Earth will eventually straighten up and stabilize. And right now there is a core. The core is heating up in preparation for those great changes. We're going to participate in these great changes. I wanted to discuss also the fact that as the human brain produce electromagnetic works on what we call 5 different frequency of electromagnetic emanation, depending on our thought and emotional level. That's been defined by contemporary science, and those are beta, alpha, theta, delta, and gamma. Those are the 5 rays that the beta state is when we're fully aware of what's going on outside of us, and with like an awakened state in this physical matrix. Then the alpha state is when we go into meditation. We're still aware that life exists outside of us, but we move into this state of pause, to be seated within the I am presence, to be seated within ourselves, where all things are calm and peaceful. And it is a state that we need to learn to maintain in permanence, to always be centered and connected to the inner plane within ourselves, yet fully aware of what's going on outside of us. And for that, this meditation is very useful in finding this inner state of peace and neutrality within. As we go into deeper meditation, we reach the theta state of consciousness, which is a complete disconnection from the outside world, and go deeper within, which allows us to connect to the gamma ray frequency, which is above the beta, but from the beta we cannot reach the gamma. And the gamma state of consciousness would be relative to very high frequency thought patterns like genius thoughts or brilliant ideas. And then when we go into deep sleep, we go into delta. It's where to go all the way down to the topic of the electromagnetic thought patterns. So our thoughts needs to slow down in order to find these alpha states. Also need to notice that although we are able to connect to those to produce those five right now, those five states of vibration, there is above the gamma there is the super gamma, above the super gamma there is the lambda, and above the lambda there is the epsilon. And it is, as far as I know, it's part of the mystery of the Oracle of Delphi, the Oracle of Apollon, when it says, no thyself, nothing more, epsilon. For scientists and historians, philosophers and very often the know thyself, yes, well, nothing more, yes, but what does the epsilon means at the end of that? And this epsilon is the connection to this eternal, immortal state of consciousness that Apollon wanted to guide humanity towards, this epsilon, which is on the highest frequency. And we can even imagine an omega state of consciousness, which would be an omniscient thought patterns that embrace all, that would be omnicentric, that our thought would embrace all, like becoming one with God. But in essence, what we seek is to connect to this fifth dimensional. The gamma ray consciousness is the fifth dimension, and then 6, 7 dimension that will lead us to super gamma, lambda, and epsilon, where we integrate our immortality. But for now, the main point is to become seated within ourselves, to maintain this alpha state of consciousness as much as we can, not to allow ourselves to be agitated, but to keep this serenity and to utilize the breathing to get rid of all the tension through the breathing out of all anything that can be negative within ourselves can be eliminated through the breathing process. For the dark forces are fully active in this moment in order to seek to prevent us, to connect us to this to our God self, because it is like the utilizing fear to against the love of God. But so we have to not to allow ourselves to be fooled or seduced or distracted by all those lower forces that are still playing out. For the plan of evolution and the divine plan is conducted from on high and commanded from on high, and nobody can prevent God from doing what he will do. So it's just this illusion of time as it's playing out through the illusions of time. So as we ascend, we have been able to get a glimpse of what is coming. Our I am presence, our God self, our soul, our guides are able to reveal so much about the unfoldment of the plans. And once we'll attain those higher planes, we will have a very peripheral view on all those things that will come into the future. For up there is no time. There is just an eternal now where all things are being played out as a sequential. There are sequential events that are planned in the now in order to bring the whole paradigms into this ascension process. So we have to trust. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. No matter what we can conceive of love, everybody wants love. There is nothing else that's more precious than love. So it is what we all seek, and what we love connect, love unified, and love has to be found in the heart. So we want to remove from our heart anything, any fear, anything that prevents us, or judgment, or anything that prevents us from experiencing this love, and to cultivate love, and to ask to be led to receive ever increasing octaves of love. And so I'm going to pull a few cards. I just wanted to send greetings in this preparation for this solstice. And so those 4 cards will be the highest wisdom for us today is wisdom. It is knowledge. Knowledge comes from knowledge, and knowledge will eventually lead to wisdom as we apply knowledge. For it is about knowledge. Knowledge doesn't come from ignorance. Knowledge comes from knowledge. So seek knowledge where you can find it, what will resonate with you. What we need to understand is joy. How do we find joy? How do we maintain joy? How do we stay in a state of joy where it is about being in a receptive mode and to attract that all those things that increase our ability to discover that joy, that freedom, that serenity. What we need to do is luck. It's accepting that the fact that we are worthy of receiving the abundance, the grace, the luck, the blessings, the miracles in our life. There is nothing to do more in order to achieve that state. Luck is when God wants to remain anonymous. We call it random luck, but there is nothing random in the universe. I assure you, everything, even whether it is positive or negative, is serving the whole process of evolution, and the outcome will be reconciliation. We're going to be able to reconciliate with all the parts of ourselves that have been wounded, or with others, or sometimes we have to let go of certain things, let go of people, let go of habits, let go of so many things, so that we can find this wholeness within ourselves. And this is really what will be given in this energy of the solstice. It is not an easy process of life that we are come to undertake. We are here to do it collectively, but for now, the only thing we can do is individually. We have to take care of ourselves, and in doing that is to become spirit in the physical. So we have to clear our physical body, our temple, to allow this divine presence to become fully comfortable in unfolding itself. For we all have this God self within, but we have added layers of conditioning that we have to remove to allow this cleansing to happen as much as possible, and to share your light and wisdom with everyone around you as much as possible. You have to calibrate. It's not about forcing people to believe what you believe, but to find ways to help them, whether it is mentally or verbally or through action. In whichever way you feel the support is needed, because the way it works is the more we give, the more we are able to receive. When we have something that we want to make strong, we want to keep it within ourselves. When we speak about it, when we dissipate the energies. But in the terms of light and wisdom, once we feel we have enough of it within ourselves, we have nourished ourselves with this, we can utilize the excess. And so we give it out outside of us, and so it empties out our cup, and it allows the universe to fill it with new light. But when we want something to grow and become strong, you have to keep it within yourself. If you have a secret and you don't want this secret to be out, don't speak about it, because as soon as something is secret will come out, it will propagate itself. So. But it's not about secret. There are certain things that are just for you, that Spirit gave just for you, in order to reinforce them, you want to keep it within yourself. That being said, it is important to share your light, to share your love and your wisdom with the world. It is the best way to accelerate the process and to receive more. Well, I hope this will make sense, and you will be able to utilize all the beautiful gift also from Spirit that will come down throughout the next few days. The works behind me, this is a drawing. It's an older drawing. It's a sketch about how it's called Love Rules, and there is all those energies of kind of a lot of scenes, different scenes. There's a sexual scene, and there is the Mars and Venus, the flag, and Chiron, and Neptune and Uranus, and there is all kinds of scenes, the Ankh, and the Sun, and Isis and Eris, and the central universe, and there is the God self that is looking from above, and this all coming in his head. There is all those energies, how things will come together in the divine plan. And this is a scene. It's about the three graces. It's a pretty complex painting it's a scene, an interior scene about the salon with Chiron, Zeus, that leads to paradise with the eye of Horus, and Fortuna, it says one. And I'm going to sing a song. It's a song that was written long time ago, that talks about a policeman that does not want to be a policeman anymore, because he realized it's like there's too much brutality in that process. So I thought it was appropriate in this time, in this days and age. It goes like this in the song. Bob Dylan, it goes like this. Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Mama, put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Right, song's very short, but it talks about forgiveness. So once we become aware of something that was dysfunctional within our life, that's no longer, we have to let go and find a way to ask God, to turn to God in order to say, well, I'm sorry, I realized that what I was doing wasn't aligned with who I am. And so it's about this person that's realizing that violence and brutality does no longer work for him. And so this world has to come to an understanding that peace there is a great need for communication on a peaceful level in order to solve the problems that we have, rather than violence, brutality, conflict, ego, and all those things. And so the card of the day and the weekend will be the Three of Raphael. It is a card of celebration. We have three mermaids. It's a card of intimacy, a card of celebration, a card of sharing love. And it says you have many reasons to celebrate a community of friends. Good news in relationship to a relationship or children. So it's very much about this celebration, this beautiful boats that is and those three graces that are coming to join in the party. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, a wonderful eclipse, a wonderful solstice, and a wonderful new moon. And I'll talk to you later. Namaste.